We're in Windsor, Colorado, where the Northern Colorado Hailstorm and Chattanooga Red Wolves carry on into the postseason. The Hailstorm want to advance their seed to potentially get a home game. Chattanooga want to get into the dance. My name is Ryan Lee. Thank you so much for being here this evening. And a lot of things have shifted, especially with the first game that just concluded with Richmond and Lexington. Chattanooga are officially 3 points behind of not only Tormenta, but Richmond as well. If Chattanooga can get the win, they can actually claim that 8th spot based on the games won tiebreaker. Northern Colorado, they're currently in 7th, but a win can put them into just on the back of 4th for a potential chance at a home playoff game. These two last played a little while ago, back on April the 20th. It has been quite a while, and that one ended in a 1-1 draw. But Papa Mensah got the feed from Miami Longo to start things off in that match. However, it wouldn't be too much celebration much later, as Northern Colorado, they did have an answer back. Off of a corner kick, the feed was just barely clipped, and the barrage of bodies got past the line. TJ Bush was unable to get that one through. However, Northern Hailstorm, just like in that game, they've just been finding ways to get it done game after game. Wins in 4 of their last 5 in the regular season, outscoring their opponents 13-5 in the stretch. And if you take that regular season loss versus Omaha a week ago, they were unbeaten in their last 9 prior to that game in Omaha. That includes the Jägermeister Cup semifinals, where they were able to get that win as well. So they've been absolutely on a roll, as has Ethan Horde of Northern Colorado. He's got a goal and an assist in the last 2 matches. That was enough to get him as a part of the Week 20 Team of the Week. The 23-year-old from Racine, Washington, continues to be one of the top catalysts of the Hailstorm offense. For Chattanooga Red Wolves, however, it's been a bit of tough sledding there. As we can see, no regulation wins in their last 5. That extends all the way out to 7 if you include a couple of matches before that. They want to get back into the W column, not only to potentially save their season, but considering how things went against Greenville, they really want to turn that coin onto the other side. And someone who might help them make that transition is Maya Malongo, who has been one of the offensive leaders in this club the entire way through. The 27-year-old from the Dominican Republic of the Congo has not only led the team in goals, but also total goal contributions. His goal versus Greenville got him on the Week 20 Team of the Week as well. 2 teams fighting for playoff positioning. Northern Colorado want to advance to potentially get a home game in the playoffs. Chattanooga want to work their way into the dance. Lineups and kickoff are next.
Hello from NOCO Humane, your community partner for comprehensive animal welfare services in Larimer and Weld counties. While you may not recognize our new name and logo, we have more than 50 years of experience and expertise formerly operating as Larimer Humane Society. We have expanded our reach and our impact, taking on the sheltering and care of animals in Weld County in light of the dissolution of the Humane Society of Weld County. This transition ensures that vital animal services will not only continue, but thrive, bringing even greater compassionate care and commitment to the pets and people of Northern Colorado. Join us as we heal, nurture, and protect more than 10,000 companion animals in the year to come. 2 shelters, 1 mission. NOCO Humane.
money-saving offers and the chance to win cash, look no further than your mailbox. Valpak delivers exclusive deals to neighborhoods across America every month. Plus, a $100 check could be yours. That's right, you could win $100 instantly. No strings attached, just for opening your blue envelope. Valpak, real savings and real winning for real people. Really.
We're here at Four Rivers Equipment Stadium in Windsor, Colorado. Northern Colorado Hailstorm are already in the playoff picture as we speak, but they want to continue advancing. Chattanooga want to work their way into the dance. But before we do so, we got to go over our starting 11s brought to you by Four Rivers Equipment. And with Northern Colorado, there's been a lot of jumbling up lately. They want to go up top with Horde, Rendon, and King, which was the forward trio they brought out in the Jägermeister Cup semifinals versus Omaha just a week and a half ago. Langlois is going to be flanked by Martinez and Dietrich, who scored in a Team of the Week of Week 20. And then for Scott McKenzie, he returns back to the bench after having some personal issues last week, and he's made some changes after last week. Malongo is centered today by Lukic and Hernandez. Declan Waters enters the midfield for his 18th start of the season. And Leo Fala and Jamil Roberts, they're going to be joined by Green and Fernandez in that back four for Scott McKenzie. The Chattanooga Red Wolves, they'll be in the all-white, going from right to left to start off this first half, while Northern Colorado Hailstorm, they will be in the all-purples, going from left to right. We await the starting kickoff. Northern Colorado, they just came off of their first loss in their last 10. Chattanooga, they have not gotten a win in regulation in their past 7. Northern Colorado in the all-purples, left to right. Chattanooga in the all-whites, going right to left. Ryan Lee and our entire ESPN Plus broadcast crew, we thank you very much for joining us here for the final game of the night. Started off the night with Richmond and Lexington, that 3-0 affair back at City Stadium, and now we come back with the final match of the evening. Northern Colorado and Chattanooga. Neither of these two teams, they can be eliminated or can clinch, but that doesn't mean that results elsewhere are looking at what can come about of this game, as Charlotte, Greenville, Knoxville, and Madison, they all have potential playoff clinching scenarios. Some of them that doesn't necessarily hit because of the results of that Richmond versus Lexington game, but that doesn't mean that the results of today's game aren't going to be for anything. It's still going to help improve, or rather slide the odds around just a little bit for some of those other squads to potentially get into the playoff picture. And for Northern Colorado, they came off of that 3-2 win versus Omaha. That was back here at Four Rivers Equipment Stadium. That very much back and forth affair. And the unfortunate reality for the Hailstorm is pretty much any single time they had an opportunity to do something, it essentially got snuffed out by Union Omaha responding 2 minutes after every time Northern Colorado had an equalizer. But they want to get on the gas early, but maybe not so much there, as Noah Powder just took a quick tap. It'll halt play, but not for long, as it's already back in for David Garcia. Long ball try attempted there for Ethan Horde, but it just went behind his back. Jackson Dietrich, he wears the captain's armband as he tries to skim that one along that far sideline and sends it all the way back for Lalo Delgado. Bruno Rendon. Brack Evans. He's got a man, it's Dietrich. And you'll see a lot of these very versatile players on this Northern Colorado squad. A lot of them tend to drop back or come forward like Brack Evans did right there. They're very interchangeable in that way. It's one of the reasons they're so hard to defend against. King to serve into the area, held off. Powder with a try, blocked in front. That was Jamil Roberts. Bruno Rendon again. Just settles it down as Northern Colorado eventually make their way on a cycle. Long try attempted there. Chelo Martinez was the intended target. Last clipped off of Chattanooga, so this should provide the first corner of the match. So that last opportunity, that King service into the penalty area, had that back post for Noah Powder. He had a goal and an assist in the Saturday match versus Union Omaha. That was enough to get him a spot in the team of the week for week 20, and it allows Chelo Martinez the first corner of the match. Top of the box it goes for Noah Powder. Couldn't collect, but he strips it back for Northern Colorado Hailstorm. He's got Martinez serving into the area. Back post, scores! But that might be called back for offside. The flag is up. The official's arm is up. And Noah Horde, the classic two hands. He thought that was the opening goal in only 4 minutes, but he was just a little in front of the back line of Chattanooga. And that'll thwart the opening opportunity for Ethan Horde off of the feed from Noah Powder. As TJ Bush will send that one away. Ethan Horde, he is second on the team in goals. He's already in double-digit form in 23 matches. He's got 11 goals. That doesn't include the one goal that he scored that was pretty much the game winner in that 2-0 Jägermeister Cup semifinal versus Union Omaha a week and a half ago. But he's been on an absolute heater, the 23-year-old from UC Davis. Chattanooga wanted to potentially respond as they'll already give the ball back to Northern Colorado after a Rendon throw-in. Martinez almost turned it over for Omar Hernandez, but it becomes a Northern Colorado possession the other direction. Dietrich and Oprah go back and forth, where eventually Evans feeds it for Langlois. Langlois got Rendon. Rendon works on Lukic. He serves it up. Back post hits King and out. That looked like it might have gone out for a goal kick, but not quite. But it goes out anyways off of a no-co throw. Spin around there for Owen Green as he wants his fellow Wolves to make their way up pitch, but they are cut off by a whole plethora of purple there. Chattanooga Red Wolves came off of that 5-2 onslaught versus Greenville Triumph. It was one where Scott McKenzie did not mince words. He simply called that performance awful, that they weren't really aggressive enough. But now it's Northern Colorado who's being aggressive as Jackson Dietrich attempted to slide it towards Bush, but it goes out of play. This should provide another corner opportunity for Northern Colorado. You've already got 2 in 7 minutes. A slight wind going eastward on a 63-degree day as all corners are brought to you by Metal Gold. Martinez goes short, wanted Oprah but couldn't hit. Mael Malongo. Settled by King. Powder slips it for Langlois. What a performance Noah Powder had last week versus Union Omaha. He had a Team of the Week worthy performance as he wants to continue that momentum going forward. Garcia wanted Rendon, but it gets cut off. Noah Powder settles, tries to look for an escape before it gets poked out by Chattanooga. Clips off Noah Powder, so it will be a throw-in for Chattanooga. Turnover already goes Northern Colorado's way, and probably one of the most unique circumstances you could ever see is playing the same opponent 4 days apart, but for 2 different competitions in the same venue nonetheless. A lot of times you might get these home and homes, but not in the same spot. As both of those 2 games went back here to Four Rivers Equipment Stadium, and Ayman Zayed believed that there was potentially an emotional hangover from Wednesday because of the intensity that followed with it being a cup semifinal. And he liked how they responded early, but Omaha was out for blood and they just were struggling to respond after that because of how much they needed. Now it's a chance for Northern Colorado. You wanted to go back for Langlois, but the touch was too much, so it just goes for TJ Bush. It also doesn't help when you had a guy like Lagos Kunga of Union Omaha on Saturday who took 2 goals right immediately after equalizers, less than 2 minutes. And both of them were on those solo efforts from last week, and especially not only was Kunga on a run, but Northern Colorado more or less provided those opportunities because they didn't defend the same way that they normally have. And Coach Zayed even possibly thought that his team maybe took the foot off the gas a little bit and allowed that breathing room for Omaha. That little crack of the window, Trance in the area, gets blocked off, but Langlois settles before it's stepped aside by Stefan Lukic. Falls back for Lukic before it eventually clips its way out of Powder. Meadow Gold Dairy is farmer owned and community loved. 83 family owned DFA farms and more than 100,000 cows supply your local Meadow Gold Dairy. Thank you for supporting your local dairy farmers. Bruno Rendon, he's one of those very unique players because you see him right now kind of on that back line, but he'll sometimes go up on the right wing forward, which is how he was listed in today's starting 11. And a lot of that has to do with his constant involvement in training, trying to make sure that he has as well-rounded of a game as possible, being able to not only set up players, get his own opportunities, but also able to defend at times. As Chattanooga looked to defend, Northern Colorado trying to go in. Billy King attempted center, went off of a player that was Owen Green, and this most likely should provide another corner kick to Northern Colorado. This is the 3rd Meadow Gold corner kick, all of them going to Northern Colorado Hailstorm. In-swinger, headed on, too much, and out. There's a little bit of extra juice with this Northern Colorado side because they have that Jägermeister Cup final in the bag, their opportunity to potentially win their first trophy for the club. And because they are pretty firmly in this playoff race right now at 7th place with some points above the line, if you go into today, they had 7 points clear of 8th place. A lot of what they're playing for is they know that they've got some seeding going on, a potential chance for a home game. And when you understand that Northern Colorado Hailstorm, they're 2 very different teams at home versus on the road, it really adds up. 8-2-1 across the 2 League One competitions when they're back here at Four Rivers Equipment Stadium, and close to 500, 6-3-4. when they are not here. And the home stretch is really going to favor them because of their final 9 games in the 2024 season, which includes today and the last 3. 7 of 9 at home is how the Northern Colorado Hailstorm season is going to end. It's actually 8 of 10 if you include that Jägermeister Cup final as well. Quick foul goes against Chattanooga, so this will be a Chattanooga set piece off of the Northern Colorado foul, as the first decision gets made by our head referee, Deshaun Beard, with Karsten Gilwald and JT Belzer, our assistant referees, with Lukasz Josfecki, our 4th official. As our officiating crew, they're in the all yellow. Jamil Roberts exchanges with Leo Fala, who tries to send it up pitch. Lucky Oprah. Garcia enters the attacking half. He's got Rendon. Rendon wants to go around Roberts. Roberts takes a slide on Rendon. No foul called, as it's only going to provide a corner. As we take another look at that last opportunity, Rendon, he's been so dangerous on the wing, and it just kind of forces Jamil Roberts into that little slide, as we have our 4th corner for Northern Colorado. All corner kicks tonight are brought to you by Meadow Gold Dairy. It's been 15 minutes, but Chelo Martinez has already been getting his reps in. He's got King in support on the near side. As you can hear, there is a 7-mile-per-hour wind coming eastward, which is far side to near, so that could potentially affect things. Actually, some of those flags behind TJ Bush's net. Martinez is ready to go. Outswinger. No one's there but a couple of white jerseys. It falls all the way back for Martinez as he takes another strike. Headed up. Who's got it? It's TJ Bush. A lot of these opportunities so far for Northern Colorado have also come because they're missing one of their newcomers on the center backs in Toby Jean Hope. He got a double yellow in only 23 minutes of play versus Greenville. And it was one of the many reasons why they really struggled to get anything done against the Triumph. If you're a man down for close to 70 minutes of the match, it's going to be a struggle for you to get back into that game. And Greenville really just decided to just step on it once that happened. And it was a very similar scenario when Northern Colorado were up 11-10 against Omaha in the Jägermeister Cup semi too. They got to go a man up after about 26 minutes of play on Omaha last Wednesday, and then it was all Northern Colorado from there. They would eventually get to that 2-0 win to get to the Jägermeister Cup semis a week from today, back here at Four Rivers Equipment Stadium, hosting the Mingos of Madison. Roberts on the throw-in. Back and forth it goes. Slides. Roberts wants the back post. Couldn't quite hit Pedro Hernandez, but he settles. Hernandez getting harassed by Oprah, where it eventually falls for Lucky Oprah again. Chattanooga wanted to keep it alive, but a collision prevents anyone in white from getting into the intended area, so it's going to be a Lalo Delgado free kick. Goal kick, pardon. been basically a tale of two seasons in a way for Northern Colorado. There was a point right around May where they were dead last in the entire USL League One standings. A lot of that, Coach Zayad credits to some of the distractions that were had around the Northern Colorado locker room, and also a lot of road games as well, hampering things. But once they got to the Jägermeister Cup, and especially right around the beginning of the tournament, right around the beginning part of May, things started to click for them, where they went 3 straight unbeaten to start the Jägermeister Cup, and it was kind of all systems go from there. They had a 10-game unbeaten streak between the latter parts of April and continued on to another 9-game unbeaten streak that just got snapped versus Omaha last week. And just the continual push, the extra pressure that the struggle to earn points forced onto Northern Colorado really cranked up the heat, and Hailstorm, they responded very well since then, and it's one of the reasons why for a lot of teams and probably a lot of people looking on the outside, if you maybe take away the standings, a lot of people might argue Northern Colorado, they're one of the best teams to potentially claim this whole thing. It's one of the reasons why they have a chance to do so in the Jaeger Cup a week from today. Gustavo Fernandez plays it all the way back for Bush. Fala goes deep. Stefan Lukic, he's got some numbers. It's a 3-on-3 with Lukic. Slips past Garcia. Lukic, does he save it off the line? As that's centered, but it doesn't matter anyways. Lukic was not able to save it off of the end line. Goal kick for Delgado. Chattanooga, unfortunately, it has pretty much been a struggle the entire season through. 5 consecutive losses in the regular season, unable to find a win in their last 7 straight. Their only win came in the Jägermeister Cup group stage finale in Lexington, where some circumstances, including a 3-hour rain delay and an 11-round penalty shootout, got Chattanooga their only win within that stretch. But they want to get that bounce back that they need, considering they're still in it. Rendon serves it in, bounce around, second chance goes. Martinez with a swing and a miss. It partially grazed the leg of Martinez. He didn't quite get the full meat of the ball, so it just trickles out of play. Rendon wanted to serve it. This is one of the reasons why Rendon's so dangerous on the wing. He's able to find those open guys. Horde tips it back from Martinez, but didn't quite get that cleanly. Chelo Martinez has been dealing with multiple injuries throughout the season. It's one of the reasons why he's wearing the face mask today. But it's also amazing for the Hailstorm that they have number 30 available, because he is the top chance creator across the entire USL League One. Northern Colorado, they're already back on it, and it really has been a struggle for Chattanooga to get any possession, as 80% of it has gone to Northern Colorado. And they really want to try to put their stamp on things, have the Hailstorm, because there's been kind of this understanding in the back of the Hailstorm's mind that teams play differently against them, that they understand that other teams find them threatening enough, that the things they see on tape versus the things they see in person have at times been two different circumstances completely. Some coaches, like Eamon Zayed, he views this as a compliment, and it's just a point of emphasis to rise to the challenge whenever that may come. As Chattanooga finally gets some sustainable possession and they eventually make it all the way back, Owen Green has it up for Omar Hernandez. Hernandez again, leaves it for Lukic. waters. And eventually the opportunity gets stripped away by the Hailstorm. Bruno Rendon. Langlois for Martinez. 24 minutes. No shots on target to note. 5 shot attempts have been made, however, by the Hailstorm. Long distance, tipped on by Horde, and it's caught by Bush. Rendon took a touch from Lukic, so he will get a whistle there. First verdict is going to be a booking on Stefan Lukic. As we're just around the 25-minute mark. That is the 8th time that Lukic has been booked this season, and he just gets the hands up in the face of Rendon. First booking of the match. As David Garcia and Noah Powder go back and forth. Powder. Billy King. And Noko will just gladly play this one all the way back in. This is something that Northern Colorado love to do. They love to possess in long strings to really get teams off of their heels. They're not scared to play it all the way back to Lalo Delgado if they need it, but this was played into the area, back post, too far for anyone to get it. So TJ Bush will just let that one fall out of play. Conduct All Electric offers full electrical services for residential, commercial, and industrial, as well as 24-hour emergency services for their clients right here in Northern Colorado. Chattanooga's goal kick from TJ Bush will look to flip the switch on for them, as they have struggled to gain even a quarter of possession so far in 26 and about a half minutes. And a lot of that has come because they are coming off of a performance that Scott McKenzie categorized as probably the worst performances all year. And those poor performances, they're going to happen here and there, but it's never about when you take them or how you take them, but how you respond afterward. And it's not necessarily that Chattanooga hasn't necessarily had the response. It's just that Northern Colorado, they know how to kind of manipulate the game in their favor by just some of the little things that they've done really well. Them and Union Omaha both broke a points record in 2023. However, Omaha would get the Players' Shield last year, with Northern Colorado being the number 3 seed. And that's after missing the playoffs in their inaugural season in 2022. They want to make it back-to-back playoff races, as the attempted chip up there by Lucky Oprah was unable to hit because you had a sliding Pedro Hernandez in the way. Oprah wanted to go into the area, falls all the way back. Brock Evans prevents that from going beyond the halfway line, but Chattanooga might have a chance to do so again because they have a throw. Quick charge up ahead. Malongo dishes out wide. It's going to go back post, and Jamil Roberts couldn't find a connection. Jamil Roberts, he wanted to get the first shot attempt in for the Chattanooga Red Wolves. He was looking to chip that one up and over, potentially for that far post. Nothing came about it. So it's going to go out from Delgado's goal kick, and it already crosses the halfway line for Lucky Oprah. Langlois. Rendon has Langlois. Northern Colorado, they're firmly putting their stamp on this game so far. Martinez. David Garcia sends it for Bruno Rendon. He already has a trio of eyes looking at him, but not before that one gets clipped up by Chattanooga. Watch the USL Jägermeister Cup final between Forward Madison FC and Northern Colorado Hailstorm FC as the tournament cup is hoisted by the inaugural winner Saturday, September 28th on ESPN+. 1 week from today, Northern Colorado have a chance to not only get the Jägermeister Cup, but the chance for Rendon goes wide. Doesn't matter anyways, most likely offside, but a couple dangerous opportunities there for Northern Colorado. None have been able to be put back. As Billy King wanted to cross it for Rendon, he went body for body with Jamil Roberts, and Rendon got a clip on it, but it did go wide. As Bush is all ready to send this one away. Evans back for Delgado. Brack Evans will just send this one straight towards the sideline, and a miscue like that might be what allows Chattanooga to really put some pressure on a little bit. And with such a lack of possession time for the Red Wolves, they know that they've got everything to play for, and goal number one is just to finish 8th. Malongo has Lukic. Owen Green for Lukic again. Lukic couldn't slide past 2 purple jerseys, and Green couldn't save it from the line. It's a no-co throw. Northern Colorado, they've been very clean on the injury front for the most part. However, Marky Hernandez, one of their super subs, he's unavailable for today. Haruki Yamazaki, he picked up an ankle sprain, but Coach Zayed is hopeful that he can return for the Jaeger final a week from now. And for Yamazaki, especially ever since he came on in that second career match in USL League One, coming from Oral Roberts, with a goal and assist in that 5-1 game in Knoxville to open up the Jaeger Cup. He's really been one of those integral pieces for the Hailstorm, as Yamazaki was also part of the Week 20 Team of the Week because of some of his defensive and distribution plays. But Martinez, he's getting eyed and wants to distribute himself. Falls back from Martinez, but interrupted by Uwalefi. Hernandez. And it's just left for Garcia. These are two very different teams from the last time they played back on the tail end of April. A 1-1 draw. However, Northern Colorado in 7 meetings, they've only beaten Chattanooga once. That was the first time they ever played against each other in May of 22. Billy King gets past a couple. King, top of the area. Billy King! Stopped by Bush. First shot on target for Northern Colorado Hailstorm. First shot on target this whole game. Billy King slips and slides through the entire Chattanooga Red Wolves defense and just lets that one go. But TJ Bush was up to the task. He saw Lagos Kunga pull a very similar move on Northern Colorado just a week ago. In a very similar fashion nonetheless. Going left to right on that right half of the pitch. Nonetheless, just slips and slides through all the defenders to eventually poke it back, reverse course. But that time Bush was ready for it. As we're already 10 minutes to the half. Bush, Falla had pressure, but it's Declan Waters. Malongo just a little bit off target for Roberts. USL Championship Soccer continues on the ESPN networks in September with a matchup of top teams in the Eastern Conference. Detroit City FC takes on Players Shield leader Louisville City FC on Sunday afternoon, September 22nd at 3 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Tomorrow at 3, ESPN2, Detroit City, Louisville City, the top team in the entirety of USL Championship, Lou City. They've really taken control of the USL Championship, but the other team in purple, Northern Colorado, they want to take control of this game. Goes out of play, and this will be another corner kick for Northern Colorado. This puts them at 5 in the first half, as all corner kicks tonight are brought to you by Meadow Gold Dairy. Chelo Martinez once more, but it bounces around. Only one to retrieve is Mael Malongo, but he's double teamed, out of play. Which way will the throw go? It is going to be in favor of the Wolves. And if you really want to put things in perspective on how things have gone for these two sides, it's more or less been a tale of two teams on very different sides of the spectrum. As Northern Colorado, if you include that Jägermeister semifinals win, they are tied with Omaha for the most wins across all of the USL League One competitions. And for the Chattanooga Red Wolves, it's really been an uphill climb as they have the most total losses. They want to combat that with a back post, but just out of range. Chattanooga also tied with Central Valley for the most losses in the regular season. They want to maybe change some of their fortunes on that front, but not necessarily, because Central Valley and Greenville coming off of a even decision. Pedro Hernandez, top of the area, wants to chip it. No one available on the back post, so Rendon just swipes that one away. King, he's got Rendon. As the entire Chattanooga defense charges back, it's Rendon. He feeds it out wide. This is Noah Powder. Powder wanted to cut back inside, but couldn't get anything to go. And Lukic will hold on as the reinforcements await. There's a man down just outside the center circle. And it looks like we're gonna have the medical staff come out to take a look. That is the Northern Colorado captain, number 6, Jackson Dietrich, who is getting some help. Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select is the player's choice. Good to see Jackson Dietrich making his way on his own. It's always tough to see whenever you have a player like Dietrich, who has really been relied on numerous times throughout the entire season. When he goes down, the 27-year-old from Germany, turns 28 in about a week from now, actually, coming from Wright State, and actually played with the Chattanooga Red Wolves back in 2021. As we take a look at Ayman Zayed, 36, 21, and 21 in his 78 matches across 3 seasons of USL League One at the helm of Northern Colorado Hailstorm, their first and only coach in their 3 seasons, as Dietrich back on the pitch. As that one was Hoare trying to go out wide for King, but it glanced out of play, and it will be a throw-in in favor of the visitors. So Northern Colorado, they're probably in a very unique and precarious position because of their loss to Omaha and some of the other results that happened in the league last year. They slid from 4th all the way down to 7th. And they're both 7 points above number 8 Tormenta and 7 points back of the top-seeded Union Omaha. As a Chattanooga player is down on the pitch, that's Lukic. As we take a look at Scott McKenzie as well, as he awaits what's going to happen with Stefan Lukic, who is down on the pitch. As we take a look, the attempted header off of that throw-in attempt, Lukic just tried to leapfrog on Jackson Dietrich, but it couldn't quite go, and with 4 minutes to go in the half, no one has broken through Bush or Delgado. As we saw the 2 respective head coaches, the Coats have already come out with it being in the 50s, into the area, bobble back and forth. Chattanooga could not convert, so it just goes out for a throw-in, but it'll stay in favor of the Wolves. Fit NoCo is a healthy on-the-go option located just outside Four Rivers Equipment Stadium in Windsor. With healthy meal replacement shakes, protein coffees, and more, their goal is to make the NoCo community happier and healthier. After the last throw, and it already makes its way past center, but King will throw it all the way back for Jackson Dietrich. Dietrich again, wants Rendon, leaves it for King. Back for Rendon, but he will let that one fly past as Rendon was in an offside position. So this will be a goal kick for Bush. Well, we mentioned it's going to be a bit of a climb, to say the least, for Northern Colorado to either get the player shield or eliminated. They're kind of in this weird stagnant position where they know they're in. It's just a matter of where they'll travel to, or if they'll have a team traveling to them. As the goal kick goes for Delgado, even after the little scrap in the corner, so it's going to provide some medical assistance again, this time on the Chattanooga side with a player down once more. It was just that little scrap into that little corner. It was Garcia and Pedro Hernandez. Maybe a bit of a shoulder, a bit of a chicken wing there with the elbow, but doesn't appear to be anyone going into the book. But we are in the final minute of regulation. With a win today, Northern Colorado, they would have a chance to catch one Knoxville, who are currently sitting in 4th place. It's a 3-way draw at the moment at 28 points apiece between Forward Madison, 1 Knox, and Greenville. And if Northern Colorado can get a win that catapult them to 28 points, and it would be Northern Colorado who gets the 4th slot. The tiebreaker there being goal differential, which is the 2nd tiebreaker after wins in the league. They'd actually jump Greenville as well for 3rd, but trying to jump in is Noah Powder. Centers in front, Juan and Horde. Second chance, try, deflected, bobbles in front. Rendon with a swing, blocked in front by Chattanooga. 2 extra minutes to go in the half. As that last opportunity was King from distance, got a couple touches. Rendon wanted to follow through before it's eventually thwarted by Leo Fala. But Chattanooga will have to defend already as it gets started off with Chelo Martinez. Has Pat Langlois. Langlois to Dietrich. Langlois serves, back post, cut off by Green. Back for Martinez. Powder chips it. Too high for Rendon. And that one got guided out of play by the header from Jameel Roberts. So this should be another corner kick coming for Northern Colorado Hailstorm. This will be the 6th of the half. All corner kicks tonight are brought to you by Meadow Gold Dairy. Low, in-swinger, touched up, not out. Martinez wanted to follow. And it's going to be a transition play the direction Pedro Hernandez. Hits the brakes. Wants to go end for end, has Lukic. Lukic streaks in, but he's interrupted by Langlois. And the touch there by Green on that far side will put the possession in favor of the home side as we are in the 1st minute of 2 in stoppage. We're actually about to cross that 2nd minute. It's all a matter of when the whistle will blow. Most likely the final attack here for Northern Colorado with Martinez centering to Powder. King settles, wants to get around Hernandez, he does. Martinez. Oprah, back post. Dietrich's not there. That glanced out of play. Did it last touch Dietrich or last off of Roberts? The last one off of Dietrich. It's a TJ Bush goal kick. We're beyond the 2 minutes in a scoreless game. TJ Bush just sent it away. Red Wolves throw in after the header from Langlois goes out.
Help us out, way out!
That is it for the first half of play. At the end of the day, it's zeros across the board. And Northern Colorado Hailstorm, they've put their foot on the gas, but they are far from the finish line. Chattanooga potentially just trying to hang on to keep this game tied at half. Once they get to the second half, who knows how it goes from there. An action-filled 45 minutes of play here at Four Rivers Equipment Stadium. Northern Colorado Hailstorm FC and Chattanooga Red Wolves scoreless after 45.
If you love money-saving offers and the chance to win cash, look no further than your mailbox. Valpak delivers exclusive deals to neighborhoods across America every month. Plus, a $100 check could be yours. That's right, you could win $100 instantly. No strings attached, just for opening your blue envelope. Valpak, real savings and real winning for real people. Really.
Hello from NOCO Humane, your community partner for comprehensive animal welfare services in Larimer and Weld counties. While you may not recognize our new name and logo, we have more than 50 years of experience and expertise formerly operating as Larimer Humane Society. We have expanded our reach and our impact, taking on the sheltering and care of animals in Weld County in light of the dissolution of the Humane Society of Weld County. This transition ensures that vital animal services will not only continue but thrive, bringing even greater compassionate care and commitment to the pets and people of Northern Colorado. Join us as we heal, nurture, and protect more than 10,000 companion animals in the year to come. 2 shelters, 1 mission. NOCO Humane.
We're back here in Windsor, Colorado. Northern Colorado Hailstorm FC, Chattanooga Red Wolves. They're tied at zeros across the board. Plenty of action in the first 45. Plenty more from what's to come for Northern Colorado Hailstorm as they make their way to the Jägermeister Cup final.
Boyce came crashing in. Alvarez late in the half levels this one. Stephen Payne lost in the cross. Falling in is Gebhardt. Now Cheney! They don't need the whistle. They've got Christian Cheney at their behest.
It has been close. Over the top though, Rendon the target. He leaves it for Horde and he puts it home. Clinical from the forward for Northern Colorado. There's a lot of space to drive into. Horde and Rendon options. He lays it off. Rendon one-on-one makes it 2-0. Glances over his shoulder. The flag stays down. And Bruno Rendon makes things 2-0 for Northern Colorado.
A lot of things coming on the horizon for Northern Colorado Hailstorm FC. They will host the Jägermeister Cup final a week from today, 9 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Mountain on ESPN+. The lone game in USL League One next week as The other 10 teams will be on a bye. Northern Colorado will be in action against Madison a week from today. Plenty more from around the USL and League One after a scoreless first half between NoCo and Chattanooga. More from the USL and League One after we come back.
Is it somebody's birthday? Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata. Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it. We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Slices through traffic. Yamazaki strike. Oh, Yamazaki!
Boyce! That is a dazzler. Devin Boyce, that'll do.
When mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Yeah, trick. I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead.
On the surface, your retirement plan might look solid. With your 401k or IRA, Social Security, investments, and insurance coverage, you appear to have it all covered. But what could you be missing? Below the surface, is your retirement exposed to too much risk? It's time for a deeper dive into your portfolio. We can help you uncover the risk that lies beneath the surface and learn about strategies to help preserve your savings. Get your free risk analysis today.
Back here in Windsor, Colorado, where it's scoreless between the Hailstorm and the Red Wolves. That doesn't mean that every other game has been scoreless, however, there's been plenty of action across the entirety of USL and League One. As we go through our standings and our live scores, we start off with the table. This thing has been updated due to the 3-0 win that was amassed by the Richmond Kickers. They were able to take South Georgia Tormenta. That was going out today. However, Tormenta, they're still wrapping things up against Charlotte Independence, where they are level at 3 apiece. So Tormenta, if things stay level with Charlotte, they could jump back into the playoff race, or Chattanooga would have to win in order to make their way back into the playoff picture. Northern Colorado, good news for them is that they are tied right now, but they have an opportunity to catch Greenville and One Knox to potentially get that home playoff game. That's going to be super important because Northern Colorado is significantly better at home by win percentage rather than on the road. That's something that NoCo is striving for, that top 4 slot. In Chattanooga, they need 3 to catch Tormenta and Richmond. But a lot of things continuously shake up because of the ongoing games as we take a look at our live scores throughout the entirety of USL and League One. The out-of-town scores with Madison and Spokane. They're currently going on in the 56th minute after some rain delays. It's a 1-0 win for Madison, Richmond, and Lexington. That game actually has concluded. That was a 3-0 win for Richmond, which puts them just over the playoff line. Triumph Fuego, they ended things at 2 apiece. We mentioned Tormenta and Charlotte. They're knotted up at 3. They still have a couple minutes left to go. If Tormenta can stay stay tied at the end of 90 plus, they'll get back into the playoff hunt with 1 point above. And Omaha and Greenville, that's currently sitting at a 1-0 lead in favor of the Blue Hosts to stay in pole position. As we go into some of the updates from around USL and League One, Northern Colorado Hailstorm, they will host Forward Madison a week from today in the Jägermeister Cup Finals. The number 1 seed overall in the Jägermeister Cup was NoCo. They will host that match in Omaha, the only team to clinch a playoff spot. That was back on Wednesday with that 7-1 Lexington win over Central Valley Fuego. Charlotte, Madison, Knoxville, and Greenville, they all need some situations to help out. And Lyon McKinnon, one thing he does not need is any help himself, because he has 4 goal contributions for the second time in his young career. Enough for him to be the player of the week as we take a look at the Week 20 team of the week. Haruki Yamazaki and Noah Powder, they both had excellent performances versus Omaha. That puts them into the team of the week. Ethan Horde, he was an alternate of the team of the week. He got the goal of the week, and we also got a save of the week from Northern Colorado as we take a look at some of the top plays from Week 20. NoCo attack the area, chips it up. King couldn't get the swing. Second chance for Powder, deflected and scores. We're tied. Ethan Horde gets the tip in and makes this a 2-2 game. Milanese chips it up. Down it goes. Dos Santos! Great save there by Delgado, but this time it is the first corner kick of the match. Nice read there by Delgado to see that that shot was going low and hit the spot on.
Joe Flood, best assassin in Europe.
I'm gonna live.
You took out a contract on yourself.
I've got a disease. It's gonna kill me.
There's been a mistake. You're not gonna die, but you might want to get your eyes checked.
I'm canceling the contract.
This changes nothing!
I'm gonna take them all out.
The Killer's Game. Rated R.
I'm gonna kill the doctor, too. Have you had your eyes checked?
September 13.
We're back here in Windsor as we get ready for the second half of Northern Colorado and Chattanooga. Plenty of action in the first 45 minutes of play as we take a look at our halftime highlights through the first 45 minutes of play. A lot of movement, a lot of opportunities, but no one has been able to find the back of the net. First opportunity for Rendon got juggled around as Chelo Martinez tried to take a swing on that. It just floated wide. And then a little bit while afterward, it just continued on. Rendon has really been one of the key catalysts of this Northern Colorado offense. They continue to just really pack it on. Saw that Chelo Martinez swing. It just flutters wide of the net. Provided a goal kick for TJ Bush. Chelo Martinez the top chance creator in terms of chances created. He leads the entire League One table. And then it comes all the way back. Declan Waters tries to go from right. Jamil Roberts tries to go some distance with Declan Waters on the assistance. Malonga was there with the feet. And Roberts has really been the guy who has been trying to push the pedal to the metal for the Red Wolves, but Billy King, he saw an opportunity, slips and slides, takes a drive, but is interrupted by TJ Bush the entire way through. Billy King was looking for his 6th goal of the season, but could not quite get it there, as Northern Colorado Hailstorm and Chattanooga Red Wolves, they just kicked off as we were about to get that transition back towards center pitch. We're still scoreless in the 45 that opened up this game. We get ready for the second set of 45 as Northern Colorado in the all-purples, they are right to left. Chattanooga Red Wolves are left to right in the all-white. Ryan Lee and our entire ESPN Plus broadcast crew, we once again welcome you back to Windsor, Colorado, where no one has been able to find a goal either direction. Last went off of a player in purple, so it will be a Chattanooga throw-in as Owen Green gets ready to take it. Malongo couldn't quite hit Lukic, so it goes the opposite way for NoCo. Cello Martinez. Powder sends it back for Langlois. Powder wanted the attempt for King, but got interrupted by Walefi. Walefi, he wears the armband for Chattanooga today. And he's really been a staple for Scott McKenzie's Chattanooga Red Wolves side, the longest tenured player in the Chattanooga Red Wolves in his 6th season with the club. Powder sends it in, wanted to go for the front post, too far, but it's poked out by Bush regardless. Hailstorm are already back on the ball. Martinez from distance is held off by Bush. TJ Bush, one of the top shot stoppers in the entirety of USL League One, as his 80 saves are the most in USL League One. And something Scott McKenzie has voiced some concern about over the season, because it's not just that TJ Bush has done a good job stopping shots, but he's had to make so many saves because so many get within the realm of the frame that he has to make those stops in the first place. It's not really a detriment to anything Bush has done. It's more just been the shots have gone through and the defense is not necessarily to his standard. But they'll have to go back in the defense again. This is Cello Martinez. He's got Lucky Oprah. Oprah cuts in, poked away by Green. Still available. Lukic can't get it out. And eventually it's already back in Northern Colorado's possession. No substitutions to speak of for either team, as it got tangled up in Walefi's feet, so he gets rid of it. If you look at the timeline of the game so far, the only thing that you'd make note of is a single Stefan Lukic yellow card in the 25th minute. 2 shots on target off of 10 attempts for the Hailstorm. 1 shot attempted, not on frame. Martinez. Oprah to serve, headed on, scramble in the box, and eventually it's claimed by Bush. Oprah was on the service on that near side, had Rendon on the far post. He got a touch on it, but that was only as much as he could get, as the ball already goes end to end from Bush to Delgado. Powder slips past Green, centers for Rendon. Rendon! Leo Fala had to get the slide to dislodge that ball, so Lukic will bring it up. Flips it across, Omar Hernandez. He's one-on-one with Breck Evans. Hernandez awaits reinforcements, but Evans got it loose, and it's still in play. Powder. Try from distance, wanted Rendon as a runner, but instead Bush will come out of the box, and this will be a no-co throw-in. We're already 5 minutes into the half. Dietrich for Horde, nothing much of it. Right for Walefi, as he looks for Lukic. Does not keep it in the line, however. Martinez, Oprah, 5 minutes into the half. Chips it up, Rendon, he's past everyone. He settles it down and leaves it for Powder to center. Disrupted, still available, up top, Martinez! TJ Bush was able to fall on it, and he makes another stop on this Northern Colorado offense, and he is laboring as he literally fell on that ball. Chelo Martinez took the drive, and you saw him, he just dove out with the arm out. He took it to the torso, flat on the ground, and eventually punted away. Backheeled, attempted for Rendon. He takes a body, and Rendon was the one who initiated the contact on Gustavo Fernandez, and it will flip the whistle the other way. It was Rendon. You can see that slight extension of the arm on the right arm on the back of Gustavo Fernandez. It'll be enough to draw the whistle in favor of Chattanooga. Something they might need considering they've possessed less than a quarter of the time so far in 52 minutes. Stay on top of your pain and be on top of your game. Top Shelf Organics can help. Find them online at topshelforganicsltd.com. Right through the 5-hole of Billy King, and it already goes back for Jameel Roberts. Not exactly sure where that went, but it just fell right for the feet of Jackson Dietrich, as Evans wants to start another attack for Northern Colorado Hailstorm. It's been a dam for Chattanooga. Will it overflow? Oprah falls for Martinez. Sliding attack made by Pedro Hernandez, and he will go into the book. Yellow card for Pedro Hernandez in the 54th minute. As we could see the Hernandez and Martinez attempt there. And Hernandez does get on the ball before he clips Chelo Martinez. However, that cleat in that studs up upward trajectory most likely lead things the other direction there. And Chelo Martinez, he's been serving up set pieces all evening. He's ready to go on this set piece with a Chattanooga 3-man wall. Does Martinez go for goal? He try to make a setup. Martinez, back post, cleared up by Fala. It's out of play for a no-co corner. They had 6 in the first half. This is the first in the second half. This is the 7th corner kick brought to you by Meadow Gold Dairy. All of them are in Northern Colorado's direction. In-swinger coming in. Short side, Oprah can't get it. Ethan Horde recovers. Long distance try, skyward, out of play. TJ Bush will take the goal kick. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XMFC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XMFC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Awkward stumble there off of the header from Horde. But Dietrich already back on possession for the Hailstorm. Slide attempted for Powder, disrupted by Green, so Bush will hold on before it goes out of play. That's something that makes Northern Colorado so threatening, is that not only can they beat you with the death of 1,000 cuts, but they are not shy to just kind of send those deep balls in and just get the man wide open for a potential streaker. You can get one of each. You can get someone who is just one-on-one, all alone, or you can just have some possession and some chaos in the area too. It's one of the reasons why Northern Colorado have been so dangerous all year long, and that's something that Coach Zayed has really tried to push in developing the identity of the team, kind of fast, physical, ferocious, every single action that they do. They'll have to defend with some of that physical nature they've always had, because Chattanooga will take it on a throw-in with Gustavo Fernandez on possession. We said at just a touch under 12 minutes into the second half, Chattanooga will rewind on the throw-in attempt. Billy King, he's got 2 white jerseys on him, but he sends it back to his own end. Green interrupts the reception for Rendon. Sends the throw for Oprah. Martinez. Evans. Powder. He's got Chelo Martinez, who's been all over the pitch today. Is Martinez. Powder wants to serve it in. Only a couple of white jerseys in the way. Langlois keeps it alive for the Hailstorm, as Martinez and Langlois exchange all the way back for Martinez. Powder's got Green on him. Stopped once, not again. Chelo Martinez will just send it back so Northern Colorado can reset and reevaluate. Oprah takes a touch from Mael Malongo. Malongo, he's got some space. Malongo, he takes a tumble off some contact, but Malongo still on his feet. Malongo cuts inside, can't get past Oprah, and eventually Oprah. Outside it goes for Dietrich. There's one of those deep shots. Ethan Horde! What a save by TJ Bush! We talked about the 2 ways Northern Colorado can beat you. They'll go short passes or they'll go deep. That time, that was a deep try for Ethan Horde, as we have another try in front captured by TJ Bush. Ethan Horde, he was so good last week, but Bush was all over it. It was goals in back-to-back for Ethan Horde in the 2 games versus Omaha, including, as we saw in the halftime, the goal of the week off of a nice little back heel. It would have brought the game to a 2-2 draw had Lagos Kunga not responded in about 100 seconds. Rendon tries to get past Fernandez. Back for Powder. Across. Header goes, and it's snagged by Bush. TJ Bush has really had to be strong for the Red Wolves the entire way through. He has stopped 4 shots in the direction of the net, but he's also had to face so much pressure because Northern Colorado are severely in possession of this match so far, considering how 13 shots have been attempted by the Hailstorm, with 9 of them coming inside of the box. So it's not just that they're getting the shots on, they're getting them well deep into the Chattanooga area. Slap on 8 corners as well, and it just does not necessarily bode well. Back post attempted, as that was Noah Powder who was on the touch, but it hit the outside of the net. It's going to be a Bush goal kick after the layout of the body there by Noah Powder, the 25-year-old who just came back from international duty. King wanted to go back post. There was Noah Powder. He hit the outside of the post and out.
Hailstorm are making a change. Entering the game, number 7, Real Gil. On for number 66, Noah Powder.
And after that last opportunity, that's going to be Noah Powder's last action of this game, as he is going to be replaced by Real Gil, the first Quiznos substitution of the match. A pair of Trinidad and Tobago internationals go in exchange for one another. Noah Powder just represented Trinidad and Tobago in the CONCACAF Nations League. Real Gil has played 8 games in a Trinidad and Tobago international uniform. Fernandez just elevates that one out of play to prevent Horde from streaking in, but he's already back off of the Gil throw in. Gil wants to slide it back for Horde, back for Gil. Gil gets past one, takes a shot, and a deflection goes off the post and out. Gil couldn't corral, out of play, throw in Chattanooga. What a way to make your impact felt immediately off of the bench. Real Gil just slips past Green, tried the left footer. He had a man at the top of the area. I believe that's Bruno Rendon, but the opportunity just finds nothing but pipe. Chattanooga look to respond on their own. Service into the area, Pedro Hernandez, he went into a scuffle there with Lucky Oprah, and it was deemed a little too much physicality from Hernandez, so it will go in favor of Northern Colorado as we have the first substitution for the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Rapapa Mensah is ready to come into the match, as the 2 strikers will exchange for one another. Another Quiznos substitution, only a couple minutes after each other. This time it's Rapapa Mensah who will come in favor of Mael Malongo. Rapapa Mensah, the 27-year-old from Ghana. He has spent so much time in the USL. 47 matches in League One, 154 matches combined if you include his time in the USL Championship. All starting back in 2017 when he was with Harrisburg FC at the USL Championship. Quick stutter step, fed inside, deflected by Bush. Still up for grabs, Horde with a touch, and covered up by Bush. Horde wanted to make it goals in 3 straight, but Bush was ready for all of it. And we see the wave on by the assistant referee. As that little step over by Jackson Dietrich freed up enough space, and Bush almost had it right there, but had to get his own little second chance, third chance. And did Bush maybe take a clip off the foot of Ethan Horde? It was hard to see from that last angle, but Bush is laboring. We saw him kind of rub at that ribcage area after making a diving save earlier in the game. Now he's getting attended to by the medical staff. Their alternate in net would be Ricardo Juarez. 38 years old, played a single match. That was in a 2-1 loss versus Madison in August in the Jägermeister Cup, but good news for the Red Wolves. For Scott McKenzie, Bush is back up. Stoppage in play. Chattanooga will take over. And this might have enough distance on it for Omar Hernandez and Stefan Lukic to potentially try to set something up to cook up the first goal of the game. We're at 67 minutes now, and both Delgado and Bush have been perfect. Hernandez scored a distance try in the Jägermeister Cup to ignite a comeback in Lexington just a couple weeks ago in the Jägermeister Cup group stage finale. Hernandez goes again for net, and it's punched out by Delgado. Omar Hernandez, that's how he scored his first goal in USL League One against Lexington. Tried to do it again, but that time Delgado read it all the way through. As Hernandez got the arc, he got the curve that he wanted, but Delgado, 26-year-old, 6'3", he had the read and the range to get that one out, as this will be the first Chattanooga corner kick brought to you by Metal Gold. In-swinger headed on, pushed up by Delgado again. Back-to-back beauties for Lalo Delgado. First one off the set piece, second one off the corner. 2 NOCO players down in the box. Delgado is one of them. So the in-swinger was taken by Northern Colorado. That was clipped off of the head of Rapapa Mensah. And you can see Mensah definitely gets a head on it. Delgado with the layout. And then the second opportunity was eventually cleared. Delgado's back on his feet. The other man down, that looked like it was Pat Langlois, he's back on his feet as well. So this will be a stoppage in play deep in the Northern Colorado end on a throw. Trying to use the arm, but eventually Gustavo Fernandez clips it out. Walefi to serve. Elevation is not on target, so Delgado will just send that one deep. Cut off by Green. Gustavo Fernandez. He's playing in League One match number 103, start 90 in his 5 seasons in USL League One. This is his first with Chattanooga. Lukic lets that one slide behind him so Papa Mensah can take over. Gets it back for Lukic. Stefan Lukic, he's got Green on the near side. Green to cut against the grain, but it was too much. Delgado will send the goal kick out. Real Gil works the near side. Wanted to cut it inside, but it deflects off of Pedro Hernandez. This will be the third corner of the half for Northern Colorado. All corner kicks brought to you by Meadow Gold Dairy. In-swinger on deck. Martinez, scramble in the area, only white jerseys will redo. For the 4th time this half and the 10th time this game, Northern Colorado will take a corner kick brought to you by Meadow Gold Dairy. Back post again, attempted by Noko, out of play. It'll be a Bush goal kick. David Garcia wanted to take a crack at the opening goal of this match, but nothing will come of it after back-to-back corners. Backer Safety and Supply has you covered from head to toe. They provide industry-leading products and services to help keep you safe. Located in Windsor and Greeley, and online at beckersafety.com. Battle for it in the no-co area, just sent off. Fernandez steps up. Lukic, he wants Mensa in a foot race with Oprah. They collide, ball still alive for Papa Mensa. Shoved off by Oprah, tries to get around, but too much contact from Mensa will draw a stoppage in play. Northern Colorado are set to take it. Poked ahead for Billy King. King's got Gill, who was just subbed on about 10 minutes ago. He's had a real impact. Gill inside as the touch for Northern Colorado goes up and over. Jackson Dietrich, he made his attempt to get the first goal. Wanted number 2 on the season, but not quite. Rael Gill, what an impact he's had since he's come off the bench only 10 minutes or so ago. Got the little step over on Green to open up the left foot and slide, but the touch by the captain was not enough. And the ex-Red Wolf wanted to get the goal against his former team, but we're still scoreless 73 minutes in. Northern Colorado, the only team to be dealing with a 9-game unbeaten stretch twice. When Knox has had some lengthy unbeaten stretches, Charlotte was in the double digits at one point, but now it's Northern Colorado looking to get the opening goal, not before it was thwarted there by Declan Waters. Patrick Langlois. Cello Martinez has Lucky Oprah. Gill works on Green, has some space for Oprah. Oprah gets past Hernandez, keeps it in, but not quite able to keep it in was Oprah. So it will go out for a goal kick. Seven of 9 games at home to end the season. 8 of 10 if you want to count the Jägermeister Cup final between Northern Colorado Hailstorm and Forward Madison a week from today, the only game across the entire league. It's a battle for Northern Colorado to potentially get the first trophy. Bruno Rendon looking for the first goal, sends it to the middle. Horde slips, second chance for King, and it's poked up and out by Bush. Horde potentially could have gotten the reception, but was not on his feet. Billy King was up to the task, but TJ Bush was as well. Rendon, He had the streaker, he wanted Horde, just didn't get the position, fell for King, and Bush, the #1 shot stopper in USL League One, gets it done again as the corner kick goes awry with too much physicality offensively for Northern Colorado. That was the 11th corner kick attempt by the Hailstorm. And the Red Wolves are only 15 minutes away from either potentially getting into the playoff hunt or potentially still out of it. 1 point would put them a single behind Richmond and Tormenta. Richmond are in. Tormenta are out as of now, with Richmond tying in points, but the go-ahead is the extra win they have on the table. Northern Colorado, if they can muster up a win, they can get into the top 4 for a potential playoff home game. Green centers, Lukic back for Green. Centers in front for Mensah. Mensah knew he had an opportunity but didn't get it to go. Referees cue for Delgado to go. Horde wanted Rendon before Fala just chips it out. 0-0 between NOCO and Chattanooga. NOCO back on it with Langlois. Center into the area, Rendon got a touch, second chance, couldn't go through. Lucky Oprah keeps it in play. Oprah from distance, easily scooped by Bush. Scramble in front as Pedro Hernandez goes down. No call made there as Gill turns it the other direction. Chattanooga wants a whistle after Hernandez went down. And now they decide to take a look at Pedro Hernandez on the opposite side. Scott McKenzie trying to get word from the officiating crew with Pedro Hernandez down. Hernandez, 25 years old, played some college ball over at Cal State Monterey Bay, was a part of last week's Team of the Week after getting an assist versus Greenville. He makes his way up to his 2 feet. As we have the Quiznos substitutions ready to go, we've got Siobhan Marsh and Coutinho, who are the 2 for Chattanooga. And it's going to be Jake Keegan and Danny Robles for Northern Colorado. Coutinho will take the place of Lukic, are amongst the Quiznos substitutions. Keegan is in for Dietrich. And then you also have Robles for Chelo Martinez. So it's going to be a midfield swap out for Northern Colorado Hailstorm. You have Coutinho in for Lukic. And you also have Siobhan Marsh, who will enter the match as well. And is going to be a complete overhaul of the front 3 with Siobhan Marsh going in for the recently injured Pedro Hernandez. It also wipes off the 2 yellow cards off the board for Chattanooga. So a pair of subs aside, this will be Ayman Zayad's second and third substitutions. This is going to be the exact same thing for Scott McKenzie. Just shy of about 10 minutes to go in regulation. We saw Papa Mensah come up earlier. He's going to be joined by Siobhan Marsh up top. And they are probably one of the best two-man tandems across the entirety of USL League One in terms of offensive production. I think the most interesting part is putting them on so late, especially when, if you span things back to 2023, Marsh and Mensah are the third leading goal-scoring tandem amongst any twosome in the entirety of USL League One, only trailing Union Omaha's Pedro de la Bella and Pedro dos Santos, and those two over with the Greenville Triumph, Lion McKinnon and Leo Castro. The only other tandems who have more goals and goal contributions than the one from Omaha and the one from Greenville, Marsh and Mensah, who are reunited after Marsh gets subbed on in the 79th. Considering how things have gone with Chattanooga and their not so friendly history with the red cards, having them on the bench instead of on the pitch is probably for the best, to say the least. No goals to speak of, a trio of subs aside, and a pair of yellow cards for Chattanooga. Both of them are now on the bench with Lukic and Hernandez off of that last sub just about 2 minutes ago. That's all we've got going on in this game, aside from a handful of stops from TJ Bush. And a pair as well for Lalo Delgado, but Bush will have to be patient as the feed comes across. King! Off the post and out. Second chance for Robles, goes off a body. Third chance is wide. Third time was not the charm there for NoCo. Off the post, off a body, and out of play. As Gill was able to get the reception, not quite, but King was able to get the strike. Robles went off of a body, and then the third chance for Horde, he went hands over face. He knew he had a chance at that. As you could see, the opportunities go back and forth. Ayman Zayad and Ethan Horde most likely had the exact same reaction with the hands over face there, because they knew that was probably one of the better of their 24 shot attempts to potentially get this game to go ahead. Quick service in the area by Jake Keegan, had nobody on the receiving end. Some of the guys who love to put in the actual work is something that Ayman Zayad really loves in terms of developing his guys, and with Horde and Rendon being one of the top tandems this year, that extra time has been coming into play for them, with Gill trying to go back post, but TJ Bush is there for the snag. Wanted Rendon, as he's been hovering around the net all night, just has not put one back. Horde. Bruno Rendon all the way back with Keegan. Final half a dozen minutes before we get to stoppage time. Robles wants to slide it for Gil. Gil to center, but it goes off of Fernandez and out. This should be another corner for NoCo. We saw 6 from them in the first half. We now have 6 in the second half. All corner kicks tonight are brought to you by Metal Gold. Northern Colorado still working with 3/4 of the possession in this game. Danny Robles set for the outswinger. Outswing, headed down by Chattanooga. As Langlois keeps possession. Trying to escape from Coutinho, who has some fresh juice in the legs. Sent in the area, poked away by Chattanooga, where it's eventually chipped up. He's got Papa Mensah looking for Marsh. Marsh gets shoved off by Langlois. And only one in the vicinity is Oprah. Robles. Oprah has green, but too much contact in the area as you have Gustavo Fernandez, who is rolling around inside of the penalty box. And the way he is grasping things, that is probably the area no man wants to be struck. As it's just the chip out there, you can see that 1v1, Horde and Fernandez. It actually looks like it might have been more upper body, but maybe it was the way that he fell down that tweaked something on the lower. Cheever Brothers Painting is your to-go residential painting expert in Northern Colorado. Call them anytime at 970 We Paint. Cheever's Brothers Painting, the local painters you can trust. Robles after the little slippage there by the Red Wolves. As Brack Evans gets it started once more with a long ball. Long distance try goes up and out of play. And I'm sure with 4 minutes left to go, with a potential chance to draw against Northern Colorado, Chattanooga might be happy taking their sweet, sweet time with this one. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Coutinho tries to battle away from David Garcia. He wins it. Coutinho twirls around, wants Mensah, cut off by Langlois. Sent deep by Brack Evans. He wants Gil and hits him. Gil creating space, centering back for Robles, who tries to go from outside of the area, but that'll be another goal kick for Bush. And we're going to hold on for a little bit as we have substitutions on deck, most likely for the Chattanooga Red Wolves, and it will be for Leopoldo Hernandez.
Entering the game, number 6, Leopoldo Hernandez.
So Leopoldo Hernandez will come out for Omar Hernandez. This will be the 4th change made by Scott McKenzie for another Quizno substitution. As we are only have about 2 minutes remaining in regulation time. Coutinho bodied off by Rendon as Langlois got Rendon once more. David Garcia, Oprah, as Real Gil. Gil turns on the engine, centering the ball, settled down by Keegan. Keegan with a try, blocked off by Chattanooga. where Papa Mensah makes sure there's no second chance immediately as he's got Jamil Roberts on the flank. And now attempted sprint up ahead for Chattanooga, but Siobhan Marsh does not have enough juice left in the tank off of that little run. They just want to work on Gill and Oprah, while the Hailstorm is in the final minute of regulation. Gill elevates, back post. As it's dropped and twirled for King. Wide angle. Leopoldo Hernandez with the block, out of play. Hailstorm throw. King stutters, tries to serve it in. Just clipped Jamil Roberts ever so slightly, so this will be the 13th corner of the match.
That's not right, Lucas. It was 5 minutes, man, when they shut down. Oh, that's a joke, Lucas. Help them out. Help them out. That's what they want.
Low service, sent away by the Wolves. Coutinho has space. Does he have numbers? Coutinho goes for Siobhan Marsh, wants to return for Coutinho, but it's well wide of Delgado's net. eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. 7 minutes is the extra in this 0-0 affair. Chattanooga, they found some stoppage time goals as of late with their come from behind win versus Lexington a few weeks ago in the season close, in the Jägermeister Cup group stage closer. Northern Colorado, they equalized twice against Union Omaha a week ago, and they have been able to at times find the goal they need after much pressure. If you combine the shot attempts and corner attempts, Chattanooga Red Wolves combined 5 corners plus shot attempts. Northern Colorado's got 30. Pardon, they've got 40. 28 shot attempts, 12 corners for Northern Colorado. 4 shot attempts, 1 corner for the Red Wolves. A lot of great defending there from the back four, but especially TJ Bush, who has held on for 8 for 8 thus far, as Green will just stall things by sending it out of play. Lucky Oprah and Gill. Gill stutters, serves, and is right into the hands of Bush. Once again, Chattanooga, they're in no rush right now. They last earned a regular season point at the end of July, the 27th, in a 1-0 road victory against Union Omaha. And that 1 goal came from an Omaha own goal, actually, but they'll take the win however they come. Walefi with the interception. He slips it through, and Siobhan Marsh has an opportunity, but he's connected for Papa Mensah. Mensah back for Marsh, with Fernandez stepping up. Not sure who that was to, but regardless, it goes towards the feet of Bruno Rendon. Billy King, he streaks up ahead. King, back for Gill, goes off of Hernandez. Second try goes for Robles, but he is well wide of the target. Four minutes through of 7 here in stoppage time in Chattanooga. They get a chance to go back home to CHI Memorial Stadium, where they've got 1 Knox who will pay a visit before going on back-to-back road games, 2 Knoxville and 2 Richmond, before closing out the regular season with Lex Sporting back in Chattanooga. So you've got 2 teams fighting for that final playoff spot and 2 teams fighting for, most likely, a home playoff spot by that point. And for Northern Colorado, they've got the Jägermeister Cups finals next week, next Saturday, before taking on the remainder of their schedule with 4 of their final 6 at home. Rendon waits, has got Langlois. Oprah wants the back post, but TJ Bush is the only one there. Oprah wanted to serve the back post for a potential game winner, but TJ Bush, he's been so steady all game long. For any analytics folks out there, if you want to go by the XG or the expected goals, the analytics of what opportunities should be goals, which ones shouldn't, if you combine them throughout the game, Chattanooga, they're sitting at a .31 expected goals. Northern Colorado, 3 flat. It shows how well Chattanooga have come in some of those clutch moments, and TJ Bush as well. There's a reason why he's been able to get some career highs, including matches started and wins. And he might hold off a Northern Colorado side who, after the Jägermeister Cup final, they have to go on the road twice, in Charlotte, in Central Valley, offside or Northern Colorado. And also there's some contact there with Gustavo Fernandez. Fernandez holding his mouth. We saw them tangle earlier. Does not look like the card came out of the officials' pockets. But a yellow card goes for Ayman Zayed. Most likely some of the verbiage afterward as well. And that's going to be the red card for Zayed as he continued on. So Ayman Zayed, some of the verbiage gets him sent off. First the yellow and then the red in the 97th of a potential 7 for a Northern Colorado side. They'll have to play most likely either the Jägermeister Cup final or a home or a road trip to Fresno against Central Valley Fuego before taking on Tormenta, Charlotte, Spokane, and Madison to wrap up the season. So that goes 2 teams who are looking to get into the playoffs and 4 teams who are looking to get that home playoff game. Tough sledding for both of these teams as you have the 2 races. The race for the top 4 in the home playoff race, who's going to get a chance to get the playoff games at home, especially with the way climate is in late October, early November. Back post it goes, a couple of white jerseys instead. Tangle in the area, King is down, no call. But eventually things get stopped as the official wants to take a look at Billy King. Billy King, the 30-year-old from Scotland, was down in the last play. Spent 3 years professionally in Ireland before making his way to Chattanooga in his 2nd season with the club, joining him back in 2023. Chattanooga, they were 2 points behind Tormenta for that 8th and final playoff spot. They're now 2 points behind Tormenta and Richmond for a chance at that final playoff slot. Brack Evans, most likely the final charge for the Hailstorm. Oprah. Up top for Evans. Langlois. Back and forth. David Garcia wants to give it a try, blocked by Coutinho, and that will do it. The Red Wolves hold on. And they shut out the Hailstorm in Windsor. The Wolves keep themselves in the playoff hunt by securing a point and keeping Northern Colorado scoreless after 32 shot attempts. And Northern Colorado, they tried to bend Chattanooga as far as they could, but they never broke. That is the first scoreless draw for Chattanooga since 2022. The first for Northern Colorado since opening day. Scoreless in Windsor. Red Wolves in Hailstorm. More from this match when we return.
Every 2 seconds, a hospital patient needs help only blood can provide. That help depends on volunteer blood donors. When you take an hour and donate blood with nonprofit Vitalant, you can help save more than one life. Recent donor eligibility updates now allow even more people to roll up a sleeve and give. Learn more and make your appointment at Vitalant.org. Because of you, life doesn't stop.
On the surface, your retirement plan might look solid. With your 401k or IRA, Social Security, investments, and insurance coverage, you appear to have it all covered. But what could you be missing? Below the surface, is your retirement exposed to too much risk? It's time for a deeper dive into your portfolio. We can help you uncover the risk that lies beneath the surface and learn about strategies to help preserve your savings. Get your free risk analysis today.
Back here for the full-time highlights between Northern Colorado Hailstorm and the Chattanooga Red Wolves. They are coming right off the heels of the Richmond Kickers taking the 8th and final playoff slot as Chattanooga were looking to get in, but things continue to go on. It was really a flurry of shots from the Hailstorm, but TJ Bush has been strong pretty much the entire way through. The expected goals for Northern Colorado were 3.0 with 32 shot attempts. TJ Bush went 8 for 8 in today's game in terms of shots on net to saves. This Real Gil try was probably one of the best opportunities as it glanced off of the pipe before going out. This was maybe the one true chance Chattanooga had, but it was punched out by Lalo Delgado. They would follow up on the ensuing corner kick as well. As a little bit of traffic being directed, and this one would also be a Lalo Delgado save after the Papa Mensah header. Those were the only 2 saves that Delgado had to make all night. And due to some extra verbiage and extracurriculars, Zaya didn't just get 1, he got the 2nd, so it'll be a red card for him. Not sure if he's going to miss the Jaeger Cup final or if it's going to be their trip to Central Valley, but regardless, the head coach gets sent off late into the game. Well, that'll do it for us here in Windsor. Chattanooga and Hailstorm were stuck at a draw with both Bush and Delgado being perfect. It's been an eventful night despite the lack of score. For our entire ESPN Plus broadcast crew, my name is Ryan Lee. Thank you so much for joining us here in Windsor. Have a great rest of your night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.